to the finish. Even through the blemishes, my heart is replenished. Violent images with something in store, it's kinda heavy. Hold it steady, I'm ready for war with no confetti. A party time, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, the one and the Heartbreaker here, and today we are reviewing another Punisher comic. And this is called Marvel Max. Frank Castle the Punisher, Naked Kill, one shot. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not related to Garth Ennis' run, but it has like kind of like the same artist. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but they tried to imitate some of the art from Punisher Max, which is pretty fucking cool that I enjoy. It is really fucking good. Like, this story, I think it's a really good story. So let's just get into it, and I'll kind of give you like a rundown, and then I'll give you like what I like and dislike about it. So, what I like is that, so the Punisher goes to like this place where all these sickos are like watching like snuff films, right? And then he goes in, guns a-blazing. No one escapes his sight, dude. Everyone is fucking dying. And he's talking about how, like, oh god, these sick fucks, dude, they just make me fucking angry. I just want to lash out. I just want to fuck these people up, dude. These people are sick and fucking twisted, you know? But he just keeps going. But then this guy's like, no, dude, nah, dude, don't do that to me. You know, I got something to trade with you. And the Punisher's like, I look like I'm here to swap Pokemon cards. And to me, this was my first really big problem, is that to me, this Punisher is not like what I view as the Punisher. The Punisher I view as very cold. He doesn't give in to his rage. He's very silent. He's like very stoic individual. He doesn't give in to his rage a whole lot. And that's kind of like the big problem I have with Punisher Max in general, is that the Punisher is a very violent and angry person, where he should be violent, but he should be a very cold person, you know? But I think this one where he's like, oh, you want to swap Pokemon cards? Like, motherfucker, that's something that fucking Spider-Man would say. That's not something the Punisher would say. The Punisher would say, fuck you, bow, you know, and shoot the fuck. But then the guy tells him, hey, bro, I can tell you where you can find the tapes, you know? And then he interrogates him. He basically tells the Punisher that, yo, here's where all the tapes are. Here's where they make the tapes. Here's where we can go get them. Punisher gives him a pill that says, if you can't get me to destroy the tapes in 3 hours, then you're fucked, basically. Right? And then he tries to stab him and do all that shit. And then he goes, right? And then we get introduced to Mickey, otherwise known as the main producer of these porn and snuff films. And he's like talking about all the fancy security and how everybody's got all this cool shit, you know. Then they realize that there's literally no metal, so there's no knives, no shit. But you know, the Punisher don't need no metal. You know, he can fucking choke a guy out with a fucking he can choke a guy out with a fucking sweeper. You know what I'm saying? He got this. So he's like glad there's no guns, and then we see Mickey once again. Mickey's a fucking bitch, but yeah. So we see the first kill, or the first kill after the giant massacre that the Punisher puts in the first time, right? And the Punisher just kills this guy with like a fucking handkerchief. He just fucking chokes these motherfuckers out, and he's like, I hope I don't get angry, and I hope I don't lash out, and I hope I don't, like, just give in to my anger, right? And the Punisher's like, fuck that, dude. And then the guy that the Punisher has with him, the guy that's, like, getting him into all these security part, he's like, fuck yeah, dude, that was fucking insane! When the Punisher is killing all these, like, scumbag dudes. And, at one point, he goes, like, damn, I think I just came in my pants. After Punisher just fucking killed like 5 guys. And over here like, dude, that's fucked. But I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's funny as fuck, actually. But yeah, so the Punisher just goes to each floor, killing and killing and killing until he gets to the 8th floor where they make the snuff stuff. Where I believe he goes to the 7th floor and it has all the guns and armaments. And then the guy's like, man, you are the shit. You are the ass kicker, eyeballs your ball, busting back, snap up, Punisher motherfucker. And the Punisher's like, it's time to end this. That's what I meant. You're going to storm the 8th floor. You're going to be all fire and brimstone on those motherfuckers. That's not what I meant. And then the Punisher just kills the guy with a double-barrel shotgun. And then he's like, maybe we never had a deal, and I don't have a better nature. He's like, dude, this guy is fucked up. He can't live, you know? So, you have permission to go to the 8th floor. And then we see the 8th floor, and the Punisher just goes... And the woman who has been, like, protecting Mikey, she's like, get to your fucking safety pod! Get to your fucking safety pod, you stupid cunt! And then he, like, goes, and then this woman is like, kill this motherfucker! You know? It's fucking funny as fuck, dude. But then we see, like, the main, guy who's, like, was in these, like, snuff films, right? And the Punisher shoots his leg and allows the women who he's been, like, basically torturing to kill his ass. And then he kills, like, the main bad woman, and she goes down and, like, fucking... You know, it's fucking badass. But she gets one good shot on the Punisher, and the Punisher's like, fuck, dude. But then he asks the women for help, so they can make, like... So they, put wrist on all the bodies and put them all the way down the fucking building. 8 floors down, and they put all these bodies down, and then they get out, right? And there's one moment, like, when all of them are going down, right? And the woman is still alive, and she's like, you fucking bitch! I'll fucking kill you, motherfuckers! And then she gets her eye stabbed by, like, one of the people who she's been, like, tormenting. And then they climb down, and then the Punisher is like, what do you guys want? And then they all hug her, and they're crying. And the Punisher's all thankful, but he still goes, damn, I only saved 8 out of fucking, like... I only saved 11 out of, like, 20 women. He's like, these are, like, some people's daughters, they're fucking mothers, these are some people, like, these shit. And he's, like, disappointed in himself. But then he's like, they have been, or, like, something, like, a doctor's like, oh, you need to report this to the cops. And the Punisher's like, fuck that. And then he goes to Mikey, and then the last page, it's, like, just the Punisher just... The Punisher's just, like, in the back room, and he's just like, showtime. And it's just the cleaning guy. He's wearing, like, a still cleaning uniform, and he just kills the fuck. In all honesty, I think this would have been better as, like, if the Punisher had, like, a TV show. And I know the Punisher has a TV show, but I'm talking about, like, a Villain of the Week type show. You know, where he really just doesn't have, like, a plan, but he goes killing people. I feel like this would have been a lot better in that context than an actual trade paperback, because ultimately it doesn't do anything new with the Punisher except making him a lot more angrier. It doesn't put him in a new setting, because Punisher was already in a setting like this in Punisher Max. I believe it was like, I don't remember what exactly it was, but I know he was, like, in a certain context like this in the actual Punisher Max line written by Garth Ennis, you know. So it just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like it shouldn't, like, be here, but hey, it's Punisher Max, it gives us some badass Punisher moments, and it makes Punisher kind of funny, so hey, you know, it's alright. You're crazy. Let me go. But yeah, so that would be this review. I hope you guys liked it. I would give this comic, honestly, a 3 out of 4. Read it on a regular basis, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, you just read it every fucking year as, like, your main Punisher story. I would recommend you just read Garth Ennis' stories, and you'll be just fine. But, the next review will be Punisher Silent Night, made in 2006. Hell yeah. If you don't know, this month is the month of Punisher comic reviews. I hope to review a fuck ton of Punisher comics this month. Get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy it. And even through the blemishes, my heart is replenished. Talk to you guys later. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. I did it! freaking did it! It took me almost a fucking decade, but I fucking did it! Fuck yeah! Okay. I'm freaking dancing, man. I fucking love this. I got it, bro. I did this. Fucking bashing his head. I fucking did it!